We made it to Washington! We are driving through Palouse, Washington, and we are just like blown away at how beautiful it is.
Just up and down. So we're here in Washington and we're at Palouse Falls. This is Cascades National Park and it's pretty easy to see why it's called Cascades.
There's the city! Seattle, here we come! We are headed to the Skyview Observatory, the 73rd floor of the Columbia Center, and we are going to be looking down on Seattle.
And it's the tallest building in Seattle by a pretty good margin.
It's amazing how you can see the mountains and the water right there. That area down there is called the Seattle waterfront. And over there is the Space Needle. Possibly that, or somewhere right around there, is the Pike Place Market.
That is the Seahawks Stadium. This is the Fremont Troll.
This is Microsoft headquarters. The University of Washington.
From the Gates Foundation, we are now headed to Amazon.
I am really excited because Amazon is probably my favorite company, especially on the road. They got Amazon lockers so we can ship stuff directly to us.
Brought to you by Amazon. Down here, this is how they do local deliveries. That crane just goes to their building, picks up the packages, and then it drops it off in a 1-block radius. Here we go on the underground tour. Going down.
We're underground.
We just learned that right here used to be the ground floor of the entire city.
There was a fire, and then when they wanted to rebuild, they built it like 8 to 35 feet up for the street level.
So the poor businesses, their ground floor was basically underneath the street.
We are hiking up these hills now that we just walked down. And one thing I didn't realize about Seattle is that there's a lot of hills. I think of like San Francisco as being hilly, but Seattle is too.
The problem going up these hills is at every single stop, you got a light. So you gotta stop there and then you gotta hold in your back brake and start without stalling. And it's every single block. New York and other cities, you're allowed to just park, or at least it's accepted, to just park your motorcycles like at the end of wherever cars are parked and you don't have to pay. But some other cities, and we've noticed that, they're a lot more strict on you have to pay even per motorcycle, which doesn't make any sense because we take up way less.
No ticket, unless they plan to mail it to us.
All right. That is the art building. Sweet. Big fan of Seattle.
We just went on the Boeing Tour. This right here is all brand new planes. And that right there is the largest building by volume in the world. There goes a test plane or something. They said they test them twice. Can you imagine being the first person to test a plane? Closest we'll get to flying a 747. This was the original Boeing factory, and it's a little smaller than the one we just saw. Imagine flying in that. Look at all the airplanes. That one there is Air Force One. That one there is the first 747. That one there is one of the new Dreamliner jets that we saw being built at Boeing. Closest we'll ever get to going into Air Force One.
They got fancy toilets.
Not that fancy.
Eisenhower, Kennedy, and Nixon were all on this plane. Here's Hud, he's walking down Air Force One. We are going to the airport to pick up Hud's mom, our first visitor in the RV. We are really excited to get to have her in the RV for a week from Seattle to Portland.
Woo! And I am the only person getting in an RV.
So glad you're here.
We are in Seattle and we're at the gum wall.
We got our first visitor. Pretty crazy seeing all the gum right there. What's that piece? Oh, don't run into the wall. Up high. Alright, we are at Pike Place Market and we are gonna get a Starbucks. We are at the original Starbucks, and every state I go to a Starbucks, this is my one for Washington. I have two orders that I always go to. It's a peppermint hot chocolate and a strawberry cream frappuccino. And tonight it's a little bit cooler, but a beautiful Seattle day, no rain at all. It was awesome. So I got the peppermint hot chocolate. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a good one. This is the best one I've ever had. Chowder, which has won all kinds of awards for the best New England clam chowder in the country, and look at this line. This is just unbelievable.
Going up to the Space Needle. We're on top of the Space Needle.
Amazing views everywhere. It's the monorail through Seattle. The monorail goes from Seattle Center, where the Space Needle is, to Westlake, where the downtown shopping area is. So we are excited to experience it.
We're going up the Ferris wheel. Wow. We have the skyline, the Space Needle, water and Olympic mountains, and we've got Mount Rainier right back there.
What a view. We're right over the water. Yeah, this is gorgeous.
We're at the top of the Ferris wheel.
There's Hideout on Ruby Beach, Olympic National Park in Washington. Here's the RV. We are driving through the Olympic National Park. We are walking in the rainforest. Whoa!
Moss keeps going too. Wow. It's pretty crazy being in Washington, but still in the middle of a rainforest.
This is the beautiful Hoh Rainforest in Olympic National Park.
And it is raining. And when I put it in and I was planning to go here, I kept calling it the Hall of Moses. So now it's forever going to be known to us as the Hall of Moses instead of the Hall of Mosses.
So we are headed to Mount Rainier, and it is definitely rainier up in these parts.
Although it just changed from rain to we're starting to get to like slush and snow just because of how high up we're going.
What's a snow song?
Let it snow, let it snow,
Let it
snow.
not snow.
And the weather outside is frightful.
And here is the RV in the snow.
Beautiful view of Mount Rainier. You can't see anything in the snow. And we're just rolling down these roads of twists and turns and snow coming down.
So we're headed back out and we see this here that it looks like they closed it down to drive up because of the snow now.
One thing we've enjoyed doing our trip is going to all the points of the U.S. So we went to the southernmost point in the Keys, the center of the U.S. in Kansas, and we were planning today to go to the westernmost point.
We drove like an hour and a half, 2 hours out of the way on this really windy road.
It was a pretty road, but it was windy.
And we got there and it's just a gravel road.
So here it is, the road to the westernmost point of the United States of America.
With our history with the RV, we decided that we will probably call it quits 11 miles out.
We're calling this the most western point of the U.S.
So right here on Swan Bay Road, this is the westernmost point. You know how people say you want to get off the beaten path so you can see like the real Washington? Well, we're out here on the peninsula. We're definitely getting real life Washington.
Google Maps is telling us to turn on all these dirt or gravel roads. And there's options for like no toll roads, no highways. We need an option for no non-road roads. This is life! Chilling in our couch that we laid down and had strapping his mom up front. And we have officially decided we are carrying on and we are going to the northwesternmost point of the United States, which is Cape Flattery.
And maybe we'll see a
whale! And then we'll say, we're having a whale of a time! And then we'll say, whale are ya? And then we'll say, whale, 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 what do we have here? What's the other one? How to have one more? Oh, we're having a really great time!
Wait, you said that one. Here we are at Cape Flattery and we're hiking.
At this point, we're still alive.
We are headed down the trail. It is downhill to start.
Yeah, it really is beautiful.
But the thing is right now that it's about 30 minutes till dark and we have about a mile and a half walk. So we're probably going to be walking back under the trees in the dark. This is it. This is our dirt in Washington and we're at the northwesternmost point at Cape Flattery.
One of our favorite things to do is just to like see different universities and get a feel for what they're like, and then when we get to see their sports teams play, we're like, hey, I remember seeing that.
Washington's ranked like number 5 or 6 right now in football.
Don't litter, max fine $6,250. So I'm in my towel right now because we were parked at a Walmart, I was taking a shower like I normally do at night, and got a knock on the door.
And we're outside of Seattle and it was the police officer saying that we're not allowed to park in, I think it was Everett. So he told us to go 10 minutes down the road to another Walmart so we can sleep there. So this is the life of RVers.
This morning we tried to park somewhere at a Home Depot and we had a little trouble parking.
The parking lot was so packed and there wasn't a spot at all. And we are at Cary Park overlooking the skyline. And we are not the only ones who had the same idea. Right now we're listening to the Amazon Audible tour. The problem is it's about like a 20-minute walk to each new destination.
They just started talking about their partnerships in Washington, D.C. and Hug goes, oh no, we're gonna have to walk to D.C. Hey, Bills! Woo! Hey, Bill, hey, Bill, hey, Bill. Hey, Bill.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing.